Hi everybody, this is a 5-minute review for Nancy Drew Dossier, Lights, Camera, Curses, which is an okay game. I give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's fine, but a lot of Nancy Drew fans don't like it. It's supposed to be a casual adventure game, which is fine. I like casual adventure games. They were, and still are, quite popular. The problem is, I feel like this game totally failed when it came to reaching both of its audiences, because the fans of the normal Nancy Drew games looked at this one and said, it's weird, huh? It's got a lot of weird stuff that I don't like. And then that's exactly what fans of casual adventure games said too. They're like, why are we doing bubble matching? What's going on here? So I feel like they should have done their research a bit more, checked out more casual adventure games like the Lost Lands series or the Immortal Love series, Living Legends, games like that. You can see my walkthroughs for those if you want to get a sense of what they're like. But they look more like Nancy Drew games, where they look like Nancy Drew games like 26 and onward, where we've got an inventory at the bottom of the screen and a hint button in the lower right. They look more like that. So I really wish this game had an inventory. That feels more natural and makes more sense to adventure gamers than the bubble matching challenge, which is what this game does. So, I mean, it makes sense. Like, I pick up the scissors from my inventory and I use them to cut the ribbon. That's an easy enough puzzle. In this game, it's more like, okay, I need to find the bubble for the ribbon, and then unselect it. Find the bubble for the scissors, then I select the scissor bubble and I use it on the ribbon bubble, and then that matches the two items together. That mixes them together, which means scissors, cut, ribbon. And it's just kind of overly complicated. It's not, I'm making it sound more confusing than it is with the bubble matching thing, but it's not intuitive, whereas having an inventory on screen is intuitive, and I feel like that would have made this game far more amenable to Nancy Drew fans and casual gamers. I feel like both those groups would have liked this game better if it had the typical casual game setup with an inventory and a hint button, and also a skip puzzle button. Yeah, that's something that's common in casual adventure games, not in any of the Nancy Drew games. So the bottom of the screen, just I would completely revamp it too, because it's got like a really huge menu button, which is unnecessary. And then there's a describe your current task button, which is large as well, and that's unnecessary too. We've got some blank space. And then we've got the 5 action icons, which are not very useful. The one icon is look at things, and I feel like that's unnecessary. Again, would have done what they do in the Nancy Drew games or in other adventure games, where your cursor turns into a magnifying glass if you can look at something. That's a lot easier. The other icon is like a hand icon. That's the other useful one. You use it a lot, and it's just so generic. It's complete in action. That's basically what it does. It's so generic that you use it all the time. And so, yeah, those are basically the two action icons you use. Look at and just generic action. The other 3 are not so good as well. One is use batteries. There's a crow battery matching puzzle where you have to match crows in the dark. Terrible puzzle. All the time challenges in this game are not very good. There's also the audio decryption puzzle, which isn't so good. And I've just been spending like 4 minutes talking about the interface and how the game's set up. Let me talk a little bit more about that. I wish the game had free range Nancy, so you could go wherever you want, whereas the way the game's set up, it switches you between locations every 5 minutes or so. There are only like 6 locations in the game. It would have been cool if you could choose the order in which you visit those locations. That would have been fine. I'm actually fine with the short chapters. That's cool. But I wish it had been that you could move around and investigate the areas in whatever order you choose. That would have opened up the game a lot more. And yeah. Okay, so I'm almost at my 5-minute limit. I didn't talk about the characters or anything. I guess I'll save it for my review of the second Nancy Drew Dossier game. Try to fill in a little bit more of this. But Overall, I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's a good attempt, but it's not that good of an attempt. I feel like it could have been a lot better. It should have been way more like a normal casual adventure game. I feel like then it would have been far more successful.